hang on a second, Mark. All right, listen, when you got a lead, right, when you have a lead, call me back, all right? Okay. What do you need? Come on, sit down. What do you got for me today?
I got this lead on this guy in Washington. Seems pretty interesting.
I mean that guy who's protesting, circling the city, everybody's heard about?
That's him, yeah.
Right. Okay, Mike, listen. I can appreciate your ambition, okay? I've got national people to do that. You're an intern.
But...
Listen, interns do local stories. That's what I need you to do. You do local. You're an intern.
But I can do this.
I know you can, but I've got something way more up your alley. Because I tell you what, if I get another crazy cat lady hanging out behind Meyer, I'm going to go crazy.
I don't want to do another story on a local business owner, though.
It's not going to be on a local business owner. It's on a local hero who has a homeless shelter. Been in business 30 years. Listen, everybody loves the guy. Okay? It's not that hard. You go down, take your little skateboard. It's all downhill. You'll love it. Everybody else will love it. Listen, just do it. Okay? Just come on. Work with me on this, okay? Work with me on this. Go. Skateboard. Down the hill. Jeez. Yeah, where's Tom at?
Hi, my name's Mike Sims. I'm here to see Moses for an interview.
Oh, you're from the news. We've been expecting you. Come on, follow me. It's straight through here. There you go.
Hello? I'm Mike with a newspaper.
Why don't you go ahead and take a seat? I heard you wanted to write an article about me. So what is the occasion?
According to my boss, you're coming up on your 30th anniversary.
Has it been that long?
Look, if you don't want me to do this, I can come back another time. I totally understand.
Oh, no. I want you to be here. It's not often that I get to tell my side of the story. Often, the newspaper runs the good side of the story, but they never talk about the struggle that we all went through to get to this point.
That's what I'm here for.
Now, the story that I'm going to tell you is, well, it's the story that happened before I was such a hero in the public's eyes, you see. And the truth of the matter is, I'm no hero. There's only one hero in this story, and hopefully by the end of the story you'll understand who that hero truly is.
Okay.
You see, I wasn't like many young men growing up. I was adopted into a very prestigious family. Some say I was brought out of darkness and into prosperity.
The homes and neighborhoods we have built for our families are no longer safe. Our latest polls show that the homeless citizens within our communities is growing rapidly, while the homeless zoning law that went into effect late last year did help relocate all these individuals into one area. The threat of these people have continued to grow even more rapidly than expected. Locating all these homeless into one area may have solved the widespread epidemic of homeless beggars. However, it has not slowed the rate of reproduction. They have continued to reproduce an alarming rate that, if not controlled, could lead to the spread of a homeless population that I and you, the taxpayers, have paid so much money and spent so much time to bring down. Which is why I'm asking you to vote for legalized and forced abortions in these communities. I will not stand for these numbers to affect our communities anymore.
Look, Bitya, your dad's on TV.
We will not stand
What's
by
new?
anyone who fights for them.
Hey, you.
Good morning.
Speech therapy today?
Yes, at 2.
Oh, hey, Dad.
Speech therapy at 2, right? We'll have you behind the podium in no time. We don't want Jerry stepping in once I step down, do we?
Are you doing okay, Aaron?
I mean, besides being forced into bondage and work my hands until they're bleeding every day, I guess today's as good as any other.
Dude, I'm sorry. If I could trade places...
Hold on, stop right there. You say the same thing every time, and I'm not going to tell you to stop saying that. God has his reasons. Now just have faith and allow him to do his plan. There's nothing we can do right now. Now get out of here before the cooler sees you.
All right, man.
All right.
Hey, Moses, ask your grandpa if I can borrow $1.
What are y'all doing? Get back to work. What? What are you gonna do? I thought I said get back to work.
You seem a little distracted.
I'm just tired, is all.
Come on. I've been your speech therapist for 3 years, which means we've come a long ways. Which also means I recognize your highs and lows. I would hope by now, Moses, you could trust me.
I do. It's just pointless, really.
Come on, try me.
Okay. So, on my way here today, I passed through the homeless community. I know I'm not supposed to go through there. Sometimes it feels more like home than my actual home. Sometimes it feels more like a family than my family. It just makes me happy is all. Anyway, so when I'm going through there, I see this guard. He's just emotionally and mentally abusing these guys. And I don't understand it. I mean, these homeless people, they're doing work for us. I mean, they're taking care of all of us, and yet they're treated like dirt. I mean, there's like 20 guys to every 2 guards. Why doesn't anybody stand up for themselves?
Well, between you and me? I see it too. We all do. Someday someone will do something about it, and the mayor will fear the strength of the very people he's oppressing.
I don't understand why they let the guards treat them like that. Why they just don't stand up for themselves.
I don't think they're afraid of the guards. I think they're afraid of what the mayor's capable of. Unless they have a leader with the vision of his people like the mayor has of his citizens, the homeless will always be enslaved. Sometimes it takes that one person who can stop and see that what is happening is wrong to step up and fight back.
Hey, you.
What?
Back to work.
I've been working.
I said get back to work, slave.
I've been working all day. Leave me alone.
I'm through monkeying around with you.
No, leave me alone.
Hey,
I've been
stop.
working. Leave me alone. Oh.
If I have to hear your stuttering one more time, I don't care who your grandfather is. I'll put you to work like the rest of this trash. Now, beat it.
No. Stop! All you guys have is each other.
What are you gonna do, Moses? Kill me? Like you killed the crew leader yesterday?
Moses, everybody already knows. How would your grandpa feel about this one?
Stop.
Stop what? What are you gonna do?
Yeah, what are you gonna do, Moses?
Prince without a palace.
Ha!
He did what? Find him. Whatever we do, we have to bring him in and arrest him. We cannot let this get out. I want you to go extra hard on the homeless. I don't want them to think this is the beginning of an uprising. Let them know who's in charge.
So wait, you're telling me that you killed a man?
Understand this, Mike. Listen closely. When I was a young man, my anger and frustration ran rampant in my blood. That caused me to turn into somebody that only saw vengeance, not God. I'm not saying what I did was right. It wasn't. As a matter of fact, I guess I'm saying I was a different man then.
So how did you avoid the law?
Well, I did what any young man in my shoes would have done at the time. I ran for the hills. I hid like a coward.
And they never came looking for you?
Back then, the mayor covered up a lot of things. The way he treated the homeless, his beatings of them, his persuasions of the board to pass the abortion law. Murder was no different to him. He covered all that up. Of course, after time, my grandfather, the old mayor, passed away, and the new mayor took over. His ideals, however, were exactly the same. Of course, all the public saw was the mayor and his vision. Well, of course, some of them saw through it.
Lord help us.
Jim, is it?
That's the name my mother gave me, but I go by Joshua now.
Well, listen, Jim, you look like a hard worker. People tend to look up to hard workers, follow them, you know, especially in a place like this. But I heard a bit of a rumor the other day. I'm wondering if it's true.
I hear a lot of things. That doesn't mean if they're true.
Well, there's always a little bit of truth to every rumor. Don't you agree?
Sometimes, I suppose. What are you doing on this side of town? You don't want to get your shoes dirty, do you?
Do you even know why the laws of forced abortion were put into place?
No, not really.
Well, let me fill you in a little bit, Chief. The reason we passed these laws is because before these laws, these communities, they were a strong part of the city. But then next thing we know, we're spending a lot of money on food, shelter, and staffing for you guys. You guys were breeding at such an alarming rate that the population, it became unmanageable. So, in order to manage this population growth, we decided the best thing to do, put a halt to life right at the beginning. So ultimately, these laws, they were passed so you, your friends, and your family, they could have the life that God promised them. More importantly, the life that I promised them.
Cool story, bro. What does this have to do with me?
We know all about your wife, all about the pregnancy, and all about how you decided to keep the baby. How you thought you were gonna keep this a secret is beyond me. Regardless, I'm down here, man to man, face to face, to tell you that we've detained your wife, and the child has been removed. Makes you angry, doesn't it, Jim? Almost as angry as it makes me that one of my best workers thought he could clearly break the laws that were put into place before I was mayor.
I'll kill you!
Look at you!
I'm coming!
You become a threat to danger!
You people's way around! You hear me? Look at you! Don't me like an animal! Let's run! Let's run, pretty boy! Let's run! Come at me! Come at me! Yeah!
One day someone's gonna tear all this apart! One day someone's gonna come and help us!
Help you? Help you? I'm the one that provided a safe zone for you and your people. You hear me? Nobody else cares about you. I'm the one. I'm the one that provides food, shelter, and discipline. Public doesn't care about you. Nobody cares about you. As long as I'm mayor, all of you are going to follow my laws. You got it? Now get your stuff and get back to work.
What's going on? Who is that?
I am the God of your father and ancestors.
Is this some kind of joke?
I have seen my people suffer at the hands of the new mayor. I have come to save them from this evil. I want to bring them out of where they are being held in bondage.
If this is God, then you already know I tried that.
Killing a man and not waiting for my guidance does not count. You took their pain into your own hands. Because of that, I have cast you out to be here, working while your people have continued to suffer.
How did you know that?
I want you to lead them out from where they are, to a new home, a land they can call home and no longer be persecuted.
And how am I supposed to do that?
I am sending you to the mayor.
If I walk in there, I'll be arrested. I mean, I'm not a leader, all right? I mean, I can't even talk right. I can't even speak right to you.
Moses, I will be with you. I am your leader. I am the one who makes mouths to speak. I will give you the words to say. Trust me.
And if I do go in there and to tell them that God sent me, they're going to think I'm crazy. I mean, who am I going to say sent me?
I am that I am. This is what you will tell them. I am sent you. Say to them that the Lord, their God, the God of their fathers, sent me to you. This is my name forever. This is the name you will call me from generation to generation. Get all of the people together and tell them what I have told you. Tell them that I am going to free them from their misery. I will take them to a land where they will prosper. They will listen to you, Moses. Then you will go to the mayor and ask him to let you go. But I know he will not let them go unless a mighty hand compels him. So I will stretch forth my hand and show him wonderful miracles that only I can perform. After he sees this, he will let my people go.
What if they don't believe me? What if they say that God didn't appear to me?
Moses, turn around. You see that stick over there? Go and pick it up. Now then, throw it back on the ground.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Reach out your hand and take it up by the tail. This is so that they will believe you.
But God, I can't speak. You know I have a stuttering problem. Please, what kind of miracle can you perform on me to help me speak better?
I will help you to speak. I will teach you what to say.
God, please send somebody else. I can't do this.
What about your brother Aaron? I know he can speak well. I will send him to meet you. Tell him what I have told you. I will help both of you to speak and tell you what to do. Remember, take this walking stick in your hands so you can show them I have sent you.
After 10 degrees above average and with the heat wave set to continue into October, records could be broken.
Yeah, we want you to look at this map. 8 states suffocating under this excessive and oppressive heat.
Today, we begin day 3 of what is now a deadly heat wave. At least one person is dead and dozens have been hospitalized with heat-related illness. While the strip tied its 115-degree record for the second day in a row.
Come on, man. You gotta get up. If you don't get up, they're gonna get rid of you, man. What are we supposed to do? Are we supposed to keep going on like this? Why won't you answer me?
Please send somebody else. I can't do this.
What about your brother Aaron? I know he can speak well. I will send him to meet you. Tell him what I have told you. I will help both of you to speak and tell you what to do.
Here, take this. Trust in the Lord. He's here for us. I gotta go, but I'll be back. Well, well, well. If it isn't the prince with no palace.
What would the mayor do if he knew you left your cage?
Probably the same thing he'd do if he knew we were outside his community trying to lead his servants away. Have a seat, man. I'm sure you're tired.
Yeah. So, how did you know to find me here?
I was told you'd be here.
Who told you that?
Same one who sent you. So what's the plan?
Why don't you have a seat too? First things first, we're gonna have to get the entire homeless community together.
Let me get this straight. God came to you and talked to you through a lamp. He told you to lead the homeless people away from the mayor, and then he took a stick and turned it into a snake?
Sounds crazy, right?
Just a little bit.
Imagine how I felt. Are you writing any of this down?
Oh, yeah. So, how did you think you're gonna get away with this without the mayor figuring it out?
Well, that was always the one thing that set the new mayor apart from the old mayor. You see, the mayor was so confident in himself that he thought he was always in control.
Hi, I'm Lynn Tregent. Welcome to Talk Time with Lynn. Today we'll be interviewing a man that has sparked controversy within our community. After taking over for the former mayor of Pontiac, Michigan, this new mayor has done big things within our small community, including, but not limited to, almost ridding us of the homeless population. Thanks for coming to the show today, Mayor.
Thanks for having me, Lynn.
Mayor, I think the viewers would be very interested to know exactly how you turned the community around from having nearly a 50% homeless population to now it's almost down to 5%. We know that having homeless people in most communities is a problem, but not only have you dwindled the numbers down, you've been able to capitalize on it as well. Could you please explain how you selected this procedure?
Well, first of all, Lynn, I'd like to confront these recent reports of my abusing the homeless within these communities. As we both know, smear campaigns, they exist for one reason and one reason only, okay? And that's to discredit the name of the opposing force, which just happens to be me in this case. You know, with all the success that I've had in decreasing the number of homeless in our city, I've gained some enemies along the way because of my tactics. So to answer your question, yes, I have took the homeless out of the city and put them in their own confines under the supervision of my team leaders.
You know what? I'm actually glad that you touched on the reports of abuse within the citizens of the confines. Is it true that you force an abortion law within these confines? And if so, why?
The laws that have been enforced, they're not out of hatred or abuse. It's simply a means to a new beginning. That's all. I can guarantee you that all these citizens in these communities, they're well-fed, well-sheltered, and well-disciplined. Something that they didn't have while they were out there on the streets begging and panhandling for money, okay? And in order to ensure the safety of these individuals, yes, I have passed a forced abortion law because, think about it, how is somebody going to take care of a child when they can't even take care of themselves?
You know, Mayor, that really sounds good in theory, but what I'm hearing is that you fear that the homeless population may be growing out of your control.
Yeah, that's laughable. Let me get something straight right now, okay? Nothing will ever be out of my control. All right, and for you viewers at home watching today, let me just clarify one thing for you. Everything that I'm doing, it's reasonable, it's safe, and it's absolutely necessary. I mean, what we're doing is we're looking after people that are unable to look after themselves. That's just how it is, bottom line. And these people that you're referring to, they're not even capable of organizing any kind of an uprising or however it is that you put it.
Well, you know what, Mayor? I definitely appreciate you coming today, but I have one last question. Have you or your team of crew leaders made any headway in the almost 10-year case of the murdered crew leader that was believed to be murdered by one of the homeless people living in your community?
You know, Lynn, I don't even think that the, that the autopsy report even proved that that was murder, okay? And it happened before I was mayor, and everybody knows that, and we have taken precautions just in case. And I'm tired of talking about this incident, all right? It's in the past. It happened when I wasn't mayor, and it's just time to move on, okay? These people that I've put in these camps and these communities, they're safe, and it's running better than ever. You know what? And this interview is over. It's stupid, and I told you not to bring that up, and this is ridiculous.
Thank you for tuning in to Talk Time today. I'm your host, Lynn Tregent.
Have you heard about this ghost? I just looked him in fucking. He killed somebody. He killed shit.
Okay, so this is everyone I could think of.
Okay, just remember to say everything that I told you to say, okay?
Alright, I'm starting to get a little nervous though. What if they're not trying to hear what I have to say?
Listen, you just need to have faith. Remember what you told me?
Yeah. Here goes nothing. Okay, guys, listen up. I need everyone to be quiet. Alright, I know you guys are wondering why I brought you here tonight and who I've brought with me. We know who that is. That's the prince with no palace. Why would you bring him here? You put us all in danger. What are you guys, all blind? Have you forgotten what we've been through for the last 20 years? You know, truth be told, what we thought was our salvation in the beginning has turned into genocide. Our brothers, our sisters, and our sons are all in danger, and many of them have died because of the mayor. So to say that this man puts us in any more danger is already naive to the fact of the danger we're already in. This man has come back, not to put us in danger, but to deliver us from the anguish we've all been through for the last 20 years. God has sent him.
The same God that doesn't answer us, the same God that let them do this to Joshua.
Be quiet, guys. Can't you see this man standing behind Aaron used to be one of us? He was sent by God to save us. Now let him talk.
Joshua's right. If he can go through what he's been through and still believe, there's no reason why you can't either.
How do we really know God sent him?
I can't answer that. Only he can.
Then let him talk.
Yeah, let him talk.
Yeah.
Guys, I know most of you may not know who I am, and the ones that do know who I am are aware of the fact that I was the former mayor's adopted grandson. But that doesn't mean I'm not aware of the suffering you've gone through. Listen, I was nervous coming up here, I'm not gonna lie. But the reality of the situation is when God appeared to me, and he told me that he was with you since the beginning, I may not have believed it at first, but after that, I definitely believed it. And let me tell you something. My hope was restored.
But didn't you kill him, man? We all know you did. I know you're just trying to stick up for us.
But that made it harder for us.
Listen, what I did was out of anger. It was not from God. And ultimately what I did led to more suffering. But I'm here to tell you that God has sent me here to end the suffering, once and for all.
How do we know that God sent you?
This is how.
Whoa. How did you do that? He didn't. The Lord did. Now don't you see?
God has sent this man.
Aaron and I will go to the mayor. And when we go to the mayor, we will tell him that God said to let his people go.
What makes you think the mayor's going to let us go?
You gotta have faith because it's all we have.
Aaron's right. Listen, persuading the mayor is not gonna be easy. But it's times like these that you have to have faith and remember that God is for us, not against us. There's gonna be harder times in front of us, but have faith in God. He is for you.
We have a meeting at 6 with the governor about getting some of our guys to do the renovations to City Hall.
Alright, well, just make sure you get some of our more seasoned vets. I want to make sure we impress the governor with our men's workmanship.
I got bad news. Joshua's missing.
Well, he's not going to get too far. He's covered in bruises, so he'll be easy to identify. Apparently, he still hasn't learned his lesson. You guys gonna get that? The door's not gonna answer itself. What did we do about those 2 pregnant women we found yesterday?
It's been handled. Don't worry.
Good.
Sir, Aaron and Joshua's at the door.
Okay.
They have a stranger with them, wants to speak to you.
Did you frisk them?
Yes, all they have is a cane.
All right, well, don't be rude. Go let them in.
He'll see you now.
Okay. Thank you for coming this far. Now you gotta go back to our brothers.
God will be with you.
Here it is.
Amen.
Don't be shy. Where you been, Aaron? We've been looking everywhere for you. Who's your friend?
This is Moses.
That's all you needed to say. I know who he is. I've heard the stories. So, what are you doing here?
God sent us. He wants to let his people go.
Oh, is that all?
The God of the homeless has met with us. We must leave for 3 days in order to worship and praise him for who he is to us.
I'm not letting you take these people away from their work to worship this God. I mean, who is this God anyways? I don't know him. What you're asking me to do is unacceptable. These people, they become a huge part of my campaign. What's the matter? You ain't got nothing to say? Cat got your tongue?
You know who I am.
Yeah, I do.
Then you know who we're talking about are my family and friends. My people.
I do.
Then let my people go!
No.
Then I guess we're done here.
I guess. You guys just gonna sit here? You're not gonna say anything? You wanna talk to me like that?
Don't look at me. You don't pay me enough.
Now what? What'll God have us do? What will God have us do?
Have faith. That is what God will have us do.
Wait. That's the end of the story?
If you're interested in knowing the rest of the story, you can read all the news articles that explain what happened next.
Well, what happened to the people? Did Mary let them go?
Let's just say a mighty hand compelled him to. That's why this 30th anniversary should not be celebrated in my honor.
Then whose?
If you haven't figured that out by now, I suggest you look back over your notes.
God is the hero of the story, isn't he?